The market in 2026 is setting up to be one of the most important opportunities we've seen in years, especially in defense. Most investors will miss it because they only chase big headlines and ignore what's happening underneath, the smaller picks and shovels companies that actually power the military tech boom. Today, I'm breaking down 3 defense stocks under $20 that are tied to drones, battlefield connectivity, and next-gen batteries. Listen through to the end, because the last one is a true high-risk, high-reward play that could either 3x or go to 0. We're not here to gamble on rumors or follow hype. We're here to understand what these businesses do, how they make money, and what we're really paying for that growth. If you're serious about building wealth in a calm, thoughtful way, hit subscribe and tap like. We're building a community of investors who look past the noise and think like business owners, not day traders. Let's start with the big picture. The best time to buy aerospace and defense stocks was about 9 months ago. If you got in then, you probably saw big gains in the last quarter of 2025 and again in early March when the US and Israel entered a military conflict with Iran. But that does not mean you missed everything. Large defense names have already moved. The real opportunity now is in small cap companies under $20 that sell the key tools the military needs, drone parts, secure connectivity, and lighter, smarter batteries. Think of them as the picks and shovels in a gold rush. Red Cat and Amprius already made big moves from small cap toward mid cap. Today we'll focus on 3 true small cap plays that still have room to grow. Stock number 1 is Unusual Machines, ticker UMAC. You might think this is just another small drone company. It's not. Red Cat builds the drones, Amprius powers them. Unusual Machines sells the critical components that make tactical drones work: motors, FPV cameras, and flight controllers. This is the stuff the US military and serious enterprise users cannot do without. And here's a key point. All of its products are NDAA-compliant. That matters a lot. The US government is actively restricting foreign-made drone parts. If your components are not NDAA compliant, you're getting pushed out of the supply chain. That shift alone creates a steady tailwind for companies like Unusual Machines. Let's look at the numbers. In the third quarter of 2025, Unusual Machines posted its first profitable quarter ever. It made $2.1 million in revenue and $1.6 million in net income. That is a strong result for a young small cap. Gross margins reached 34%, which tells you this is not a low-margin commodity business. Year-to-date revenue through Q3 2025 was up 55% from the year before. That is serious growth. The company reports earnings again on March 9, and analysts expect about $3.59 million in revenue for the quarter. Management is targeting a $30 million annual revenue run rate to reach a more stable break-even level over time. Now think about valuation and expectations. The stock recently traded around $16 to $17 with a 52-week range from about 4.45 to just over 20. On market beat, 4 analysts cover the stock, all 4 rate it a buy. The average 12-month price target is $20, which suggests roughly 30% upside from recent levels if they hit their numbers. Needham even named UMAC a top pick for 2026 and is projecting 149% revenue growth. Again, price is what you pay, value is what you get. You're paying small cap prices for a company plugged directly into US military drone procurement. What is the main catalyst here? 1. Rising demand for tactical drones. 2. The shift away from foreign-made components. 3. Specific contracts. For example, in December 2025, the company received a $3.75 million purchase order from Performance Drone Works to support the ANSPV program. That is real money tied to a specific defense program. If drone demand keeps rising and NDAA rules keep tightening, Unusual Machines could become a go-to supplier for key parts. Stock number 2 is Inseego, ticker INSG. You might think Inseego is just a boring networking gear company. It used to be seen that way. But today, it's turning into a critical connectivity and software play for mission-critical communications. Inseego makes 5G and 4G mobile broadband solutions. You may know the MiFi brand. On top of that, they sell rugged industrial routers and a cloud management platform. Their customers include government agencies, transportation firms, and enterprises that need secure, reliable connections in the field. Here's why that matters for defense. Inseego's devices meet strict government supply chain security rules and are available through GSA schedule contracts. 4 of its 5G products are Verizon Frontline verified. That label means they are approved for use in mission-critical communications for law enforcement, fire, and EMS. When lives are on the line, this is not just about speed. It's about trust, security, and uptime. That gives Inseego a strong position in a niche where price is not the only factor. Let's walk through the numbers. In the fourth quarter of 2025, Inseego generated $48.4 million in revenue. That was the third straight quarter of sequential revenue growth. Adjusted EBITDA came in at $6 million, with a 12.4% margin. The company is not fully profitable yet, but it is closing in on that line. This is a very different story from a high-burn, cash-losing tech startup. They are moving toward a sustainable model. Another key shift is their move into software and recurring revenue. At Mobile World Congress in February 2026, Inseego launched the MiFi Pro M4 Enterprise Router with Wi-Fi 7 and standalone 5G. At the same time, they rolled out an updated Inseego Subscribe SaaS platform. This platform helps automate procurement workflows for government buyers. That sounds boring, but it is powerful. It turns one-time hardware sales into ongoing software and service relationships. Recurring revenue tends to get higher valuation multiples because it is more predictable. On valuation and targets, the stock recently traded near $11 with a 52-week range from about 6.24 to 18.11. 4 analysts cover INSG and the consensus price target is 16.50. That implies about 50% upside from recent prices if they execute well. Craig-Hallum is the most bullish with a $20 target, which would be closer to 80% upside. When you compare that potential upside to the fact that revenue is growing, EBITDA is positive, and the model is shifting toward recurring SaaS, you can see a possible valuation disconnect. The market still thinks of this as a hardware box company. Under the surface, it's pushing toward a higher margin, software-supported connectivity platform. What are the catalysts? First, continued 5G and Wi-Fi 7 upgrades in government and enterprise. Second, expanding adoption of their SaaS tools, which can deepen customer lock-in. Third, more partnerships like the Verizon Frontline validation that helps cement them in mission-critical use cases. The risk here is execution. They need to keep growing recurring revenue and control costs as they scale. But if you want an infrastructure play that sits behind secure communications for defense, first responders, and government agencies, Inseego is a practical mid-risk choice. Now let's move to the most explosive and speculative name on this list, SESAI, ticker SES. This is the high-risk, high-reward play I saved for last. SES is a penny stock. It recently traded around $1.12 to $1.6, with a 52-week range from 38 cents up to 3.73. As the name suggests, SES develops AI-enhanced lithium metal batteries. These are built for uses where performance and weight matter a lot. Electric vehicles, drones, urban air mobility, and robotics. For defense, the real hook is drones. Tactical drones need long range, high power, and low weight. If SES can deliver a better battery in that space, the upside can be huge. Here's what changed recently. In 2025, SES launched its Molecular Universe platform. This uses AI to speed up battery materials discovery. Instead of guessing and running slow tests, they use AI models to explore a huge space of possible materials and then test the best candidates. SES reported 6 breakthrough materials currently in testing with more than 40 customers. That is an early sign of demand, not yet a sign of scale, but it shows real interest from industry. Another major shift, SES is converting manufacturing capacity at its South Korea facility from EV formats to drone form factors. They are also working toward NDAA compliance. If they succeed, SES becomes a direct play on US defense drone procurement. That puts them in the same strategic lane as unusual machines, but on the battery side instead of components. Financially, this is still very early stage. Revenue more than doubled quarter over quarter in Q3 2025, helped by the UZ Energy acquisition. The company follows an asset-light model and estimates its break-even point at about $32 million in annual revenue. At this stage, SES is not about stable earnings. It is about whether they can move from promising technology to real repeat orders in high-value markets like drones and advanced mobility. On analyst coverage, only 2 analysts follow SES. The consensus price target is $4. From a recent price around 1.112, that suggests potential upside of more than 250%. That sounds exciting, but you need to be careful. This is where we separate investing from speculation. The risk is high. The technology might not scale. Customers may choose other binary solutions. Defense approvals and NDAA compliance might take longer than expected. If things go well, you could see big gains. If they don't, you could lose most or all of your capital in this position. So, how do we put all this together? You have 3 very different roles in the same broad trend. Unusual Machines is the picks and shovels supplier for military drones, already profitable, with strong growth and direct defense orders. Inseego is the secure connectivity and software player, moving towards steady profitability with recurring revenue from government and enterprise clients. And SESAI is the moonshot on next-generation batteries for drones and mobility, with big upside and big risk. The way to approach this is with a disciplined, long-term mindset. Think like a business owner. Ask, what does this company sell, who needs it, and how durable is that need? Remember that the market is a vaulting machine in the short term, but a weighing machine in the long term. Short-term prices move on news, fear, and greed. Long-term returns come from revenue, margins, and cash flow. You don't need to swing big on every idea. For many investors, it may make sense to size Unusual Machines and Inseego as core small cap positions and treat SESAI as a small speculative slice only with money you can afford to lose. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this with someone who's serious about building wealth in a calm, informed way. Invest wisely. Stay focused on real businesses, and I'll see you in the next one.